Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you how to steer for the driving test. This will be a beginner driving lesson and I'll be going over the basics for steering properly for the driving test. Now let's get right to it. First and foremost, I'm going to go over the method for holding the steering wheel. Now this will differ possibly depending on where you live and what you've been taught and what's sort of commonly accepted. But there are generally two hand positions for the steering wheel for the most part that will allow you to get a good grade on the test and sort of pass the driving test, okay? So the first one is 10 and 2. If you can imagine your wheel as a clock, you have 12 o'clock right here, 10 o'clock would be over here, 2 o'clock would be over here. Now this is a nice well-balanced approach for steering and for driving, and there are many benefits to it. The other one is basically 9 and 3, which is the same idea. 12 o'clock, over here you have, I apologize, but I think I got them mixed up with 10 and 2. 12 o'clock, you have 2 o'clock over here. I think I said it the other way. And 10 o'clock over here. Now the other one is 9 and 3. So once again, you have 12 o'clock over here. You have 3 o'clock over here. 9 o'clock over here. Now, some places will allow you to use whichever of those two that you desire. Other places would be leaning more towards 10 and 2. Other places would be leaning more towards 9 and 3. So do some research and figure out if you can choose your own steering method or if they're looking for one of those types of steering methods. So it's basically 10 and 2 and 9 and 3. Those are the hand positions for holding the steering wheel. Now the actual steering method, once again, there are two commonly accepted ways. It might differ depending on where you live. You might be able to choose which one, or they might be looking for one of the two. But the two of them are hand over hand, which is, I've done many tutorials on both of these, but hand over hand, which is basically when you have your hands on the steering wheel and you go hand over, under, over, under, over to steer, just like that, okay? Once again, your hands are on the wheel, you bring it, and you're going over, under, over, under, over, under, okay? That's hand over hand. Now the other one is the push-pull steering technique, which is when you're holding the wheel and you're alternating between pushing and pulling, just like that. And that allows you to turn the wheel just like that. Now it depends on where you live, because some places want you to use push-pull, other places want you to use hand over hand, okay? And some places don't care which one you use, as long as you are actually steering the car properly. So you have to do your own research and make sure you know which one you're doing, just to be sure that you're gonna get a good grade on the test, okay? The next thing that I want to talk about is smoothness, okay? So let's go ahead, let's start driving around these side streets and I'll talk to you about smoothness as I demonstrate it. Now smoothness is basically how smooth you are when you're steering. Now there are a few things that you have to be smooth with regards to steering, okay? Number 1, lane changes. Number 2, turns. Number 3, parking, okay? So those, for the most part, if you're smooth and safe with those things, you'll be good to go. Now to be smooth, your best bet is to just practice, because the more that you practice, the smoother that your steering will be. So practice, practice, practice. Now watch as I actually make this turn. I'm gonna put my signal on, check my mirrors, check my blind spot, and I'm gonna make this turn. Now, as you'll see, when I make this turn, even though there's actually snow on the road, when I make this turn, it's smooth. The wheel turn is nice and linear. I was able to hold the wheel throughout the turn and then release it, and then I'm able to go. So smoothness is a key factor, because smoothness will show the driving examiner that you actually have practiced a lot, and that's what you want to show the driving examiner, that you've practiced. The next thing is estimation, which goes hand in hand with smoothness. So if you can estimate a turn properly, that means that it's going to be smooth. Now check this out. Put my signal on, check my mirrors, check my blind spot, come to a complete stop. Now I'm going to show you estimation. So I know that if I turn the wheel this much and I hold it there, I can make the turn and then I release it. That's estimation. That comes with practice. You'll be able to know basically how much to turn the steering wheel before you even turn the steering wheel. Now as a beginner driver, you're probably going to be experimenting and turning back and forth throughout the turn. But as you get practice, you're going to be able to know, like I know how much to turn the steering wheel right now. Check this out. I know exactly how much to turn the steering wheel in order to make that turn. Very, very simple, okay? That is the other thing. The next thing that I want to talk about is speed control. So speed control is basically how well you manage your speed as you are going throughout the turn. Now, speed control is basically this. If you are doing a rolling turn, if you're steering through a turn as you're rolling, okay? Then what you want to do is you want to slow down before you start the turn, then maintain speed throughout the turn, and then accelerate after the turn. Basically, while you're actually rolling through the turn, if it's not a stopped turn, if you're rolling through the turn, you want to make sure that you're maintaining the same speed. If you are turning from a standstill, if you're at a stop sign like right here, and I'm turning from a standstill, your speed control is your ability to accelerate smoothly throughout the turn and not accelerate too fast or too slowly. You want to basically accelerate smoothly throughout the turn. Very, very simple, just like this. I was able to accelerate smoothly throughout the turn. The next thing, with regards to speed control, there's one more thing. Speed control while switching lanes. You want to make sure that you're maintaining the same speed when you switch lanes, when you're steering through a lane change. You don't want to be speeding up, you don't want to be slowing down, you want to maintain literally the exact same proper speed that you were already going at as you change lanes. So that's another aspect of steering, changing lanes. Also, another aspect of steering is parking the car. You want to be going with the proper speed when you're parking the car. You don't want to be going too quickly, because that's going to scare the driving examiner into thinking that you're too daring and that you're not ready to have your license. So you want to go at the proper speed when steering through parking. The next thing that I want to talk about is understeering and oversteering. Now, understeering is basically when you don't steer enough throughout a turn. Oversteering is basically the opposite, when you steer too much throughout a turn. So if you have a problem with understeering, that means you're going to be turning and then you have to, at the last second, turn the wheel a little bit more. That's understeering. If you have a problem with oversteering, then what's going to happen is you're going to turn throughout the turn, and then you're going to have to turn the wheel back a little bit early. Now, you can also understeer and oversteer, theoretically speaking, while you're switching lanes, in the sense of steering too much or too little, okay? The actual term probably wouldn't be understeering and oversteering when switching lanes, but what happens is this: if you're switching lanes and you do it too aggressively, that, in my opinion, is similar to oversteering. If you're switching lanes and it takes you way too long, you do it too gradually, that is, in my opinion, very similar to understeering, okay? Now, the last thing that I want to talk about with regards to steering for the driving test is safety. Now, when you steer for the driving test, you have to go through the proper safety procedures. You have to do your proper mirror checks, you have to use your signal, and you have to properly check your blind spots or do your shoulder checks. Now, I've gone over basically three things about steering, which are basically turns, lane changes, and parking. Now, for all of those things, you have to check the appropriate mirrors, use your signal, and check your blind spots. And, you know, sometimes if you're reverse parking, you have to turn your head around completely and check through the rear windshield. Now, with all of that being said, the main thing is that you have to allow the driving examiner to feel safe. And if you want to allow the driving examiner to feel safe, then guess what? You have to have safety in mind when you're steering. And that's basically the last thing that I wanted to talk about, was safety, which is basically doing the appropriate safety checks, doing everything smoothly, making sure that you are following all of the appropriate rules. And that's basically it. In this video, I've told you how to steer for the driving test. I've gone over some simple steering techniques and tips that will allow you to have a better chance at passing the driving test and getting your license. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. What are some other tips for steering for the driving test? Let me know as a comment down below. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.